In the news tonight, policeman busted attempting to smuggle weed in a bowl of soup into the Camp Street jail, and government plans to do more to address the cost of living. Opposition says they will hold government's feet to the fire.
Workers will continue to benefit from increase in their wages and salaries, augmenting the other measures which we will take to enhance household disposability.
Poverty and inequality increased. Living from paycheck to paycheck became a tougher challenge.
A policeman stationed at the Brigdan police station was arrested after he attempted to smuggle marijuana concealed in a bowl of soup into the Camp Street jail. That incident occurred on New Year's Day. According to a statement from the Guyana Prison Service, the suspect, Pradesh Balkishan of Lot 126, Track A, Collagen East Coast, Demerara, visited the prison around 11:30 hours on January 1st to drop off personal items for a male prisoner, Kapel Gangadin, who is currently housed there. The prison service release explained that while the items were being checked at the self-support area, prison staff discovered the leaves, seeds and stems suspected to be marijuana wrapped in small plastics, which were hidden inside the dumplings in the soup. The suspect cooperated with investigators during the investigations. Meanwhile, Director of Prison Nicolon Elliott, reacting to this latest attempt, said that smuggling contraband into a correctional facility is a felony that has serious consequences. He called on both prison officers and civilians to recognize the dangers at which they place themselves, society, and inmates by engaging in the trade of contraband within the penitentiary's walls.
Drink and taste, you will never decline. Extra lemon and lime, it's the two combined. It's one of a kind. Extra lemon and lime, extra lemon and lime. Taste the citrus in every sip.
The Guyana Elections Commission GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors OLE. If you will be 18 years or over by December 31, 2023, and you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more, you are eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted the preliminary list of electors PLE for all registration divisions at popular locations across Guyana for you to check if you are listed, and if so, whether your particulars are accurate. You can make a claim for registration if you are not listed, change or correction to your particulars if they are incorrect, or object to the inclusion of anyone who you believe should not be on the list. If you are desirous of making a claim or objection, you must visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to do so. The claims aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, 15th of January 2024. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, 22nd of January 2024. All GCOM registration offices will be open Mondays to Fridays from 8 hours to 18 hours, Saturdays and Sundays from 10 hours to 14 hours. For further information, contact GCOM at 225-0278-9, 226-6557-8 223-9650, or visit our website at www.gcom.org.gy.
I am Avinash Narain.
First met Avinash through one of my friends, and it was an instant meeting between two souls.
Crystal is a genuine person. She loves fashion.
He's one of those souls that once you meet him, it's hard not to love him.
My grandmother, my mother, and her eldest sister, they were seamstresses. And I guess that's where my inspiration came from. It was very hard for me coming out to my family. Back then, being gay wasn't accepted. There is still a lot of stigma and discrimination attached to us. But at the end of the day, I'm human just like you are.
It's important for me to be an ally on such an important topic because he's my friend. He's also a human being and everybody needs support.
The new year 2024 has come with renewed promises by President Afan Ali to develop the lives of Guyanese. In his New Year address to the nation, President Ali said his government will be focused on improving a number of sectors.
Guyanese are going to benefit from improved infrastructure and public services, including water, housing, and education. Several major road projects are slated for completion and will make commuting easier. We expect in 2024 sugar production to be increased as we continue to invest in the sector's contribution to rural employment and the rural economy. Rice production, aquaculture, and other initiatives will lead to increased food production. This new year, we'll also see significant investment in education, including preparations for the rollout of free university education in 2025. The capacity and capabilities of our defense force will be strengthened to allow for improvements in the defense of our sovereignty and our territorial integrity.
According to President Ali's government will be doing more to address the increased cost of living.
We want to put more money into the pockets of people. Our policy-making matrix will advance this ideal and idea of putting more money in the pockets of our people. Workers will continue to benefit from increase in their wages and salaries, augmenting the other measures which we will take to enhance household disposability.
With the government promising to improve the lives of Guyanese this year, the opposition has said it will hold the government's feet to the fire to ensure it implements measures that will not only improve the lives of citizens but also see that they benefit equitably from the country's resources. Opposition leader Orbie Norton, in his New Year's address to Guyanese, said in spite of the abundance of resources, the government did little to cushion the impact of the rising cost of living, with a majority of Guyanese living on the poverty line.
You all will agree that life has gotten worse. Let us ask ourselves, are we better off in our homes, our workplaces, our communities, and in our society? Are we happier and more satisfied? Are we more able to cope with the challenges of living in Guyana? Are we more confident and hopeful looking into the future? I'm sure most of us will answer no. It is unfortunate that the welfare boy, it is only benefiting the PPPC's elite, friends, and families, while the mass of people are compelled to live in poverty and depend on remittances from the queuing Guyanese in the diaspora. The PPP government has become more corrupt, more incompetent, and more divisive. Government's approach to development is to negate the development of our people while pursuing projects that facilitate corruption and the enrichment of the few who are closely linked to the PPP government at the expense of improving the quality of life of our people.
According to Norton, 2023 was one of the hardest years for Guyanese.
On the economic front, the cost of living kept surging as real incomes declined. Poverty and inequality increased. Living from paycheck to paycheck became a tougher challenge. Many parents, especially single parents, could not afford to properly feed their children. This Christmas, many families were forced to spend less. Yet, despite these hardships in 2023, the PPP government showed no urgency, no capacity, and no concern to ease the burden on the people. Indeed, the question most asked by Guyanese is, why is the oil money not reaching them? The answer is not a secret. Most of the oil wealth is enriching the friends, families, and favorites of the People's Progressive Party at the expense of the ordinary Guyanese people.
I'm Anshul. I'm the manager over here at Brooklyn Institute of Vocational Training. We provide home health aid training here. For that, we have flexible classes, which includes morning, evening, and the weekend class. You can choose any class, whichever is convenient for you. Also, this career is now at the peak. This career pay rate increases from 1909 till up to 2109 now. I speak different languages, which includes Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, Bangla, and our certificate is recognized all over the New York because we are licensed from Board of Education. Once you graduated from our school, you can work with any agency anywhere in New York. Our address is 110-05 Liberty Avenue, Queens. Guys, I know the name is Brooklyn Institute, but we are located in Queens. I repeat the address, 110-05 Liberty Avenue, Queens. 11419 is our zip code, and my number is 929-386-0092. If you have any questions, you can always call me, and I will be happy to answer all your questions. Don't forget to check our website, www.mybrooklyn.institute.com. Come join our school and get home health aid certificate, as we like to believe changing lives one student at a time.
A woman was battered to death by a reputed husband who is now in police custody. That incident took place on the Perica Access Road on Sunday morning. Dead is Parvati Amanda Posad, a 25-year-old market vendor of Perica Facade, East Bank, Essequibo. For the past 6 years, Posad had been in a common law relationship with Gardine Lalaram, a 39-year-old mason, and they share a 3-year-old daughter. According to the police, their inquiries disclosed that the woman was walking along Perica Access Road, heading towards the market, when the suspect approached her on an electric scooter, and a heated argument ensued between them. The suspect came off the scooter, picked up a piece of wood from the roadside, and dealt the victim a lash to her head, causing her to fall on the ground. He then stood over her and dealt her several lashes to her face with the wood, causing her to bleed profusely. The entire ordeal was recorded by a resident in the area. After committing the act, the suspect escaped on his scooter and hid in a clump of bushes. Residents swiftly alerted the police, prompting the arrival of 2 police patrols to the scene. Upon their arrival, residents identified the suspect's hiding spot. The officers arrested him and escorted both the suspect and the suspected murder weapon to the Perica police station. The police report noted that ranks then picked up the victim, who was in and out of consciousness at the time, with visible wounds to her face, and rushed her to the Lenora Cottage Hospital. On arrival, the victim was rushed to the emergency room, where she succumbed to her injuries. There are reports that the woman was allegedly constantly abused by the suspect, but she never reported the matter to the police.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash your soap powder, for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
To tell you about my mom and how I lost her, it was a very hard reality for me.
I met Crystal through a friend who asked me to speak to her. The first time I saw her, my spirit just took a liking to her. I see Crystal as my daughter. I haven't given birth to Crystal, but I feel as if I do.
I felt alone. I got that support I needed from her.
I understand that Crystal was a lesbian. I choose to accept and embrace and love everybody. I'm a Christian and I believe we are all God's children. God loves everyone.
It's about time we all get educated enough to know that, you know what, everybody is just the same human.
She never questioned it. She just supported me right through it.
So I see her as a young woman full of potential.
Crystal and every gay and lesbian person should be treated with respect in Guyana.
GCOM is currently conducting a claims and objections exercise to produce an official list of electors, OLE. Anyone who will be 18 years or over by December 31, 2023 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent or naturalization, or a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more is eligible for inclusion in the OLE. GCOM has posted a preliminary list of electors, PLE, at popular locations in all the registration divisions across Guyana for you to check whether your particulars or that of other electors are accurate. You can object to anyone who you believe does not qualify for inclusion in the OLE. To do so, you must be listed in the same divisional list as the person you are objecting to. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to make an objection. The objections aspect of this exercise will end on Monday, the 22nd of January 2024. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0278-9 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
A Guyana Lands and Surveys employee was shot dead during a robbery at a wedding house celebration at Canal No. 2 on New Year's night. The dead man was identified as 40-year-old Nathan Pusod, while 57-year-old Manny Paul Rambarak was also shot during the ordeal. He is currently hospitalized with a gunshot wound. It all unfolded when 3 armed masked men stormed the wedding house. According to reports, 3 masked men dressed in dark colored clothing entered the yard where the wedding ceremony was being held and fired 2 shots in Rambarak's direction. They then relieved him of a gold band worth $250,000. And while making their escape, Pusod chased behind the 3 and caught up with them. A scuffle ensued between Pusod and one of the robbers, and it was during this encounter a loud explosion was heard and Pusod collapsed. Pusod was taken to the West Demerara Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival, while Rambarak was taken to the Woodlands Hospital where he underwent emergency surgery and his condition was listed as critical. According to the police, Rambarak sustained a gunshot injury to his stomach which exited through his lower back, while Pusod was shot to the back of his head. A post-mortem examination is to be carried out on the body to ascertain the exact cause of death. Several persons were questioned and certain critical information was received according to the police statement. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.